So I've got a confession to make. I like bad anime, and I don't just mean Sword Art Online. I mean real bottom-of-the-barrel garbage. Now, from this video title, you might expect my point to be something along the lines of, you need failures to help the medium progress, or bad anime helps the good shine even better. And while those are all very valid points, that's not what I'm going with here. I mean to say that bad anime can still make an enjoyable viewing experience, provided you go into it with the right mindset. Oh, and before I get further into this video, yes, I saw your comment C, so if you want to think so, this video is for you. It's not as though I've had a script sitting on my computer collecting virtual dust for the past 5 months. Nah. The way I see it, there's 2 ways you can watch bad anime. Either the binge or the single episode. So the binge is how I began watching trash. Though you can do it alone, this is best experienced with friends. Granted, that may be currently difficult, but Discord can be a lifesaver. Alcohol is optional, it's not required for enjoying this, but if not, I'd at least get some snacks. Some trashy shows I've seen this way have included Kämpfer, Oratwai, and even the first season of Bang Dream. In fact, story time. One afternoon I was in HMV looking at the anime DVDs, and I saw a 13-episode anime called Cat Planet Cuties for $2.99. I had a friend staying over that weekend, and this looked dumb, so I bought it. When I got home, I showed it to one of my housemates, who said that he'd seen it before due to hearing it reference Red Dwarf, and that it was one of the worst things he'd ever seen. So we went to the corner shop, bought a couple of bottles of cider, and me, my friend, and a couple of housemates watched 7 episodes of this. You can watch in the original Japanese or the English dub, as some trash binges benefit from the dub. See Hajimete no Gal. But if you can, you'll want to put on subtitles regardless, because you will be talking over it at some point. But back to my example. This show was bad, but it was perfect for watching with friends, as we got genuine, unironic enjoyment out of it, as well as ironic enjoyment. We stopped halfway because it got late, but the next day another friend came over. We filled him in on what had happened so far, and he was strangely eager to join us, so we finished off the show together. Sometimes low quality content like this is much easier to watch than real high quality shows. It's not just a case of switching your brain off, it's the commitment. Something good I'm going to want to pay attention. It won't be as sociable as will actually want to be watching, not talking. Sometimes I'll put off watching something I know I'll like until I'm in the right headspace for it, and that's perfectly alright. But watching trash is just about having a good time. You're not turning your brain off. You just go into it knowing it's bad, and once you acknowledge that, enjoy it despite, or sometimes because of its flaws. I believe that almost anyone can get enjoyment this way, even if it's just the social aspect. In my opinion, it's actually rare for an anime to be made with absolutely no passion or unique ideas. Sure, I'm an optimist, but especially for anime that's not an adaptation of some existing media, there must have been someone who genuinely cared about making it. Look for the good in the bad and you'll find it. However, sometimes you do get shows that are painfully bad, and this is the part that I'm not going to recommend to you. But I often enjoy these too. Now, the advice I gave earlier applies double here. You absolutely want to make this a social experience. It's a challenge. You're going to suffer together, but that's the key part. Together. Well, that's enough on binging. Next, it's for the more accessible and possibly higher quality single episode watch. Once more, this is best experienced with friends, though unlike the trash binge, I feel like you can do this solo. I've been doing this for years, but over the 2020, now 2021 lockdown, I've been doing this a lot more online. So we used to do this by pressing random on Crunchyroll, but the day I began writing this, Crunchyroll killed the random button. Or maybe not, since by the time I got to recording this, months after writing, it's back, making this whole bit rather pointless. But back on topic. There's almost no commitment with this method of watching. You press random, watch the first episode of what comes up, then press it again and move on to the next. This doesn't just bring up trash, it can give you anything. It's just that 90% of anything is trash. Maybe it'll give you the painful virtual San looking. That looks worse than source filmmaker YouTube videos. Perhaps it will give you something that's bad, but for a single episode, provides you some great laughs with its unique and wacky concept. Or sometimes you might find something genuinely great that just wasn't on your radar at all. This can also be a good way to find an anime to go for the full trash watch before you commit. During my time at uni, I ran an anime society for 3 years, and one of my favourite parts was at the start of the semester, when we'd watch 6 to 8 different anime and vote on the ones to watch. Now, these were better quality shows than in my recent random watches, but they gave me a chance to watch a great variety of completely different shows that I might have not otherwise discovered. In our random watches, we've sometimes gone from 10 PM until the early hours of the morning, and continued to find unique concepts here. And that reminds me of why I fell in love with anime. The stories you can find here are so varied, the art style too. There's just so much variety in the medium, and I don't think I could ever get bored. You can have serious, heartfelt coming-of-age dramas. You can have the most dumb concepts like Wizard Barristers. Yes, that's an actual name of a show that came up on random, and it describes it well enough. You can have intense space action, or 20-foot-tall robots. You can have talking animals and animal people, and even shows that combine all of these elements. Animation and anime isn't limited by the bounds of the real world. It doesn't even seem to be limited by what's commonly considered good taste, especially the stuff that's come up on random. But the combinations of stories, techniques, and tones can be unlike any other medium I've seen. So-called bad anime is a very important part of this. It separates what anime is from other media, and it's an experience I love to share with friends. If I was a big YouTuber, here's where I would love to say something like, join me on my Discord every Friday evening and we'll watch some random trash together. But alas, I am not. Maybe one day when I'm getting thousands of views on every video we can come back to that idea. But until then, I'll keep watching these shows and talking about them where I can. So if you want to help me get to that stage, give this video a like and subscribe too. Don't forget to hit the bell because the YouTube algorithm is a fickle mistress. As always, until we meet again, stay safe and have a great rest of your day.